Hey, good morning. Bring up a couple of pages. Not officially started just yet, but I thought I'd let a few people in, see what we're doing. Okay, bringing up a couple of pages to go through a couple of little things as we do this kind of meet and greet. So great to see everyone here. It is I, Leclerc. Okay, that's a British reference. Hello, hello. Old 90s and 80s reference that probably no one gets. But hey, it's funny. The actual name Four Candles is. Do we have any Brits? Okay, first of all, before we even officially start, do we have any British in the audience? Before it starts off, Metallica, Megadeth. Do we have any British in the audience? Put a yes in the chat box. Yeah, so Four Candles, if anyone remembers the Two Ronnies, I ended up calling this Four Candles because of an old Two Ronnies skit, because it actually is about the first four candles on a chart, but myself and my lead coach, Phil, were just laughing our asses off. We got to call it Four Candles. No, all four candles. No, you mean fork handles. No, four candles. Okay. Anyway, no one else. No, showing my age by laughing my ass off at a stupid reference like that. But it's all in good bloody fun. Anyway, maybe, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'll find the YouTube skit of that and I'll put it in the group anyway, just for my own personal bloody amusement. All right. So anyway, welcome everybody. I'm just seeing there's so many people coming in right now. It's fantastic. It is great to have everyone here. We are officially live. Now, here's a funny thing. This messed me up because I forgot, because I'm in Thailand, paradise, yada, yada, yada. We don't change our clocks here. So thankfully, someone told me, a little birdie, Linda Lou, thank you, my beautiful assistant, told me that, hey, just remember clocks go forward. And I'm like, okay, that means I got to do math. So yeah, it's actually 7 o'clock in the morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet, but gonna have some bloody fun anyway. Oh, Juliet from Phuket. Okay, good to see you. Yeah, Phuket's actually one of my favorite little places. I was actually there recently, staying at the Slate, not far from the airport. Beautiful 5-star resort. But yeah, Phuket is. I'm not so keen on the touristy parts in the south. I like kind of being away from the big crowd, so to speak. But yeah, I do like Phuket. But yeah, and someone said, yeah, wow, that's dedication. No coffee yet. Trust me, it will be consumed afterwards. In fact, actually, hold on 1 second. Thailand has this. Okay, Thailand. Okay, just before we officially get going, because I'm still seeing more people coming in, but Thailand was the creator. Red Bull came from Thailand, and it isn't in the nice little blue cans that you see. It used to be little glass bottles. It was actually a street drink. It was actually, a vendor created this on the street. They sold it on the street, little bottles. Now it's the most sugary, syrupy, overloaded diabetes in a bottle you'd ever get. This isn't Red Bull. This is the other one. This is called M150. Not product placement. I wasn't paid for this. But this reminds me, I don't know why, if the naming convention is attached to this, but like in the US and what have you, used to have M80, which were basically a quarter stick of dynamite. Yeah, basically, this is a quarter stick of dynamite in a bottle. So this is like, if you haven't had your morning coffee, but you need a little boost, you have one of these. It's not as syrupy, but there we go. Coffee complete, basically. That's all the caffeine you'll ever need for a day. So let's get started with the official meet and greet. Now, like I was saying, we're not going to do any training today. This is more about me getting to know you, laying up a couple of things for the upcoming masterclass, which is 11 a.m. on Monday, which is 10 p.m. my time. So I'm early morning and late at night for you guys today. And one of the cool things with doing the masterclass at this particular time of day is we may have some live examples from the first 4 candles of the market. Because the time we look at the chart or we get alerts and what have you, look for the signal is from 9:30 in the morning till 11:30. Those are when these events can happen. And the cool thing is you don't have to be sat there for 2 hours, just to kind of give some context. So I've had a couple of questions about this. So let me just pull up a chart real quick. Share the screen, just to give you a kind of back of the envelope. Okay, so when we're looking at the chart, we're only looking at the first. You know what? Hold on, I got a new tool that I purchased just for this, actually, just to do some fancy humdingery. All right, so what we are looking at is this first 4 candles right here. And we're looking for what we call a pulse bar. I'm going to go over that in the first session. But just for reference, it was right there. Okay, we got a pulse bar. Then we place our profit package. So what we'll do, and we'll go over this in detail, and we decide, okay, we believe from here, in this case, it's going to go up. At the end of the day, sure enough, it did. It stayed above our line for our profit package and 100% commission, 100% profit. Great. This day, which was the Friday, we actually got a signal here and we placed our private package, which was about here, and it actually was wrong. So guess what? I lost one, but I had many winners throughout the week. Yada, yada, yada. One here, one here, one here, which was, that was actually a break even. I think it was actually, no, that was a no trade day. No, actually that was a trade day, and it just eked out about a little bit of a break even. But anyway, yeah, this one, negative day. And again, this one was a break even day. So the cool thing with this is there's lots of opportunities every day. You don't have to be glued to the charts, which for me is one of the most important aspects. Is I don't want to be glued to the charts. I want to be able to pick up my phone, because I actually do most of this from my phone. Just have a quick look. 10 o'clock, that nothing. And literally, I'll have the app on my phone. I'll just take a quick glance. Nope, done. Okay, quick glance. Nope, done. And that's as far as it goes. That's why it's only 10 minutes. You just have to pay attention during that 2 hours, every little bit. Okay. Now, of course, actually, Monday, Tuesday was Thursday. I'm going to show you an automated way to do a lot of this. But a lot of the foundation of what we're going to do is day one is we're going to look, talk about the strategy, how this all rolls out, how this is a business, yada, 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 and how the next few days are going to go. Tuesday, we're talking about the actual looking for the pulse bars, what's involved. We may even go further. We may actually do 2 chunks. Wednesday is about the actual profit package, how that's structured. We're going to take a little more time for that one because this is where you fine tune where your money is and how much you want. And then alternatives, because some people are starting with larger budgets, some people are starting with small budgets. That's fine. I'm going to show you how to then roll this out. We'll talk about how to practice this without any risk, paper trading. Thursday is how to accelerate all of this, how to automate big chunks of it or semi-automate it. We will talk about one fully automated thing I'm doing, which I'm very excited about. But we'll be talking about that as well, and lots of other cool stuff as we go through. So this week is going to be intense. Each session will be about an hour to 90 minutes, okay? It depends how I want to go through everything in as much depth as I can, also being considerate of people's times and everything else. We should be okay within an hour. If it goes longer, great. Now, if you're in the red carpet, VIP, then those sessions are going to be right afterwards. But we're going to go into a private group. You should have got that email, by the way. Those will happen immediately. So it depends on when we finish the main session, when those sessions start. Now, yes, the training sessions all start at 11 a.m. Eastern America, okay? So please double check. So, one thing I had to do this morning just to double check is, it's like time in New York and just learn what time it was. Because again, America shifted and I want to reflect that time zones all over the world might adjust and not just check, okay? Now, someone said, I thought it was 3 days. Yes, it's a 3-day masterclass. We've got 2 bonus days of training. So Thursday is like, okay, the accelerator. And then Friday, we actually have a bonus session, which is going to be an Ask Me Anything session. So there's a total of 5 days, 3 days core, 2 bonus days. Thursday to me is actually going to be one of the most powerful days. Will they be recorded? All sessions are recorded. Usually, I forgot to do this with this session, but it's an unofficial session. We also live stream to the Facebook group. This is why it's important that you are in the Facebook group. So first of all, I'm going to give you a couple of links. If you have, okay, you should in your JVZoo with your purchase have access to the links that give you for each. If you purchased the red carpet, you've got a red carpet link, which has some extra information. If you have the inner circle, you got a link there, which gives you some extra information. But the main one is this one here. I'm going to give this to everyone. Make sure you go through this. You're on the Zoom call, so I'm assuming you got the Zoom link. You will get every day the link for the next session because these go sequentially, okay? So today's a meet and greet. Then you'll get an invite for the Zoom session for session 1, okay? And then so on and so forth for the rest of this, okay? But yeah, go to start here and make sure you join the Facebook group, okay? The Facebook group, it will ask you, okay, I'm not gonna show the existing member request for private information, but it will ask you for your transaction ID, which you get from your JVZoo receipt, okay? What is your full name? It's got to match up with your purchase. And then what was the email you used for your purchase? Because we check and verify everyone, okay? We've had people putting in fake transaction IDs, or all these 7 pretty much, I guarantee right now, are being flagged because they haven't put in their information yet, okay? I had 20 this morning that I had to go and say, please complete the information that is required. Do that, otherwise you won't get in, and that's just going to cause problems, all right? So one other thing I have to mention, okay, and this I really hate discussing, but it is something that every time I've ever done a masterclass, there's always some little prick that does this, okay? Here's the thing. We always get someone who creates then, some scammers who create fake profiles with my picture, come out and message and try, and sometimes they purchase the masterclass, get in here. We don't know who they are. We have to do like cyber detective work. But they'll create a profile and start messaging members saying, hey, this is Sean, and we've got a great investment in crypto. Bullshit, it's not me. First of all, I've got a blue check for a reason. If anyone messages you saying that they are a member of my team, and if it's not me officially, and it's not Linda Liu, who is my admin here, or Andrew Hereford, and you can verify each and every one of them, okay, because again, they're attached to me. Those are the people who may message you, and they will never message you about investments. They'll only want to confirm your account to make sure, hey, you're in the Facebook group and everything else. We don't do that. It's not part of what we do. We do not DM anyone to upsell or sell or get you involved in any investment. We don't do that. If they do, if someone does, report them. They're a spammer and a scammer. All right. I hate even having to do that there's some little pricks that do this. But yeah, just in case, we had it on our last masterclass and someone already started trying to do this. Again, please report. Okay. Shane, the answer to that is no. We're just giving you access to the base masterclass. If you want to upgrade, those upgrades are paid. Okay. Okay, Anne-Marie Butcher. I think, yeah, you were one of the ones who told me about it. Yeah, so I appreciate that. Okay, cool. So with that being said, okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, because the one thing for this is I want to tailor the, because we're doing this live, this is me, okay. I want to tailor this to you, where you are right now. So we've got a lot of people here from many different walks, people who are just starting out, people who've got existing businesses and want to add supplemental revenue, people who maybe have traded before. You know, Todd Gross, by the way, some of you probably know him, one of the most, I would say, famous in the internet marketing world people we have on here, used to be a day trader, told me the other day. So we got people in here who have experience trading. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to make it simple, but it's going to help me then tailor this masterclass for the next few days to you. So let me ask a very simple question first of all. Who is just starting out in business? Put a 1. Who has an existing business that has revenue? 2. And who has any experience in trading at all? Could be crypto, could be stocks, options, could be just investing. Put a 3. Okay, so this is going to help me, and I'm going to use these answers afterwards. I'm going to do an Excel sheet from all the things, and it's going to help me. So we got lots of 3s, a lot of 3s actually, which is very, very freaking cool to see actually. Majority of 1s, people are just starting out. A lot of micro caps. Pamela, okay, I will. I'm going to cover that in a moment with you, Pamela, and for a few other people here. Okay. Yeah, if Sean Donahoe sends a friend request, it ain't me. Okay. I've got like 500 pending friend requests. I'm not taking on any more of them. So if someone sends you a friend request, by the way, that is me, it ain't me. Okay, lots and lots of people. Okay, so we've got Rob, I just saw your thing, Rob B. Join the live sessions for that. We'll help you get started. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Actually, a surprising amount of traders, which is great. Probably, I'm hoping most of you are already a student of one of my programs, if that's the case. I'm assuming so, but it's great to have so many actual traders or people who've been looking at it, but the majority of people are just starting out, which is fine, because what we're going to be covering, even if this today is day 1 and you've only just turned on a computer, this is going to be super simple and get you started. And then for those who have some experience trading, if you've been on any of my calls or programs, you've seen any other stuff, you know I focus on simplicity and time efficiency and return on capital, because I design these systems for myself, okay? My team and I are all focused on time and money efficiency. It's our obsession. So that's great. Okay. Yeah, please, if anyone sends you anything and they're not me, they don't have the blue check, report them and you know, say it's posing as someone else and yada, yada, yada. And that's fine. And by the way, post the profile in the group so other people are aware. And then everyone, if you see someone reporting a scammer, a spammer, just everyone must go in and report them. Okay, let's do it as a community. That way we protect everyone else in the group. So thank you for that. And for the people who've said, yeah, they've had, you know, that and everything else. Pisses me. It really does. And just, by the way, I do curse, I do swear, and I am frustrating myself right now, just so you know. All right. So now someone's saying, how do we upgrade? Okay, you've got the base program. How do you upgrade? Well, there's a couple of different ways. Okay, so if I go to share this screen again. You can go to, if you want the red carpet, which gives you the extra live sessions, just go /red carpet. Let me post this link. Where the hell did I put in the chat box? Okay, go, and I'll do the two of them. Okay, so the red carpet gives you 30 days access to the recordings. Okay, we do the extended sessions after each one. There's a worksheet and workbook that goes with this, which is fantastic. It also has the entire strategy in there, bullet pointed, quick reference, fantastic. Okay, so that's the red carpet. The inner circle gives you lifetime access to the recordings. Okay, so that's a nice little extra. But we're going to do 2 private, kind of internal, if you will, training sessions: the 10x Accelerator and Mobile Lifestyle. So we're going to cover how to do all this without even looking at a laptop and everything else, how to do all this on the phone. Like, I was recently up in the mountains of Burma, actually the Thai side of the Burmese mountains. Now, elevation was ridiculous, the crispest air you've ever seen. I could see for about 25 kilometers, about 15 miles. My math is right, okay? It was the most beautiful. It was actually the last sunset of the year. Literally on Hogmanay, Scottish, Hogmanay, New Year's Eve, I'm watching the last sunset of the year. And while I'm doing so, you know, great, fantastic, beautiful place. Actually my favorite place in the world right now. But next day, I'm still up in the mountains and I'm placing trades. Bam, freaking tastic. Okay. So again, so we'll be covering that. Second masterclass is something I did in my business and applied it to trading, is how to super accelerate your returns. And when I realized this one thing, it's why I started pouring all my profits from all my businesses and everything I could into this model that allowed me to it's what allowed me to create my own capital management fund. I got to the level where I couldn't just do this in a simple form. I had to create a proper business structure and created a capital management fund with this. It's what got me to that level fast. So I'm going to teach you that. And yeah, that's going to be very powerful. And there's a few other things as well. But honestly, if you just got access to those 2 sessions, yeah. And those will be private in a meeting format. So we'll all be live. You can ask me any questions. You can turn on your camera or not, or what have you. Those are very intimate sessions. All right. So yeah, Rob, if you could post that in the group, say, yeah, scammer alert or something like that, please do that. That'd be great. Georgia, no, it's all, to answer that question, it's already discounted quite a lot, as you will see. Okay, so with that being said, so that's the upgrades, okay? I'll put those links in the questions, so that's fantastic. Now, it's really beneficial if you can be there live, because if you have a question on any of the sessions, it's great to actually be there. I can answer, and makes life easier. Now you can watch the replays, and we do have the replays for 24 to 48 hours so that you can keep up. Don't worry about being left behind, okay? Because when you see how simple this is and how quickly it can be applied, it's going to seem, if you're brand new to this, it's going to seem like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm going to try and break everything down as simple as possible. But there is a learning curve. If this is brand new concept, brand new world for some people, then there's going to be like, I'm not sure about this. Don't worry. Ask questions, get answers. Clarification, we will do that. But when you get into this, when you even if you don't understand everything, you can practice this, perfect this. And when you start doing it on a regular basis, it's like learning to walk. You know, you take your first few steps, you may stumble, fall on your ass like a little baby. That's okay. You get up, do it again. Okay. It's the same thing. But when you get into this, you're like, oh shit, this is as easy as walking. Like, give you an example. I'm teaching someone right now who's never done this before. And again, it was just like, look, you need to learn how to do this. I'm going to teach you. And literally within an hour, they were like, oh shit, I can do this. You're walking through examples, walking through, and they're like, click, 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 click. Okay, what else? Well, you're done. They're like, seriously? That's how we want this to be for you. Okay. Now, with that being said, by the way, I've put the links. Someone's asking for the upgrade links. I've put them in the chat, and I'll put them in again. Okay. There's the upgrade links. Will the masterclass be complete on its own, or are the red carpet and inner circle required? That's a great question. The masterclass is complete on its own. Okay. You don't have to upgrade. They are optional. They just give you some advantages to make things faster, quicker, and easier. Okay. And you get a little more training here, a few different angles here, some stuff that will make it, like I said, you accelerate your results. Completely optional. Okay. I am not a hard seller in that regard. Okay. I want everyone to be in with this. Someone's asking what brokers and what tools do you need? Okay. So here's the thing. We'll talk about that in session 1 in more depth. Back of the envelope, TradingView is useful. It's optional. Okay. We'll talk about that tomorrow. You can use, what we're going to teach you is agnostic of any platform. Okay. You can use any platform you want that is available to you in your country. The 2 brokers, I don't recommend, because I'm not a financial advisor. Okay. I'm going to be very fucking crystal clear on this. I have to be for legal purposes. There's lots of 3-letter agencies out there with clipboards and rain breakers. So I have to be very, very clear on this. I am not a financial advisor. I'm an educator and I'm a trader. And I'm going to be sharing what I do. Okay. I'm going to share the strategies I apply. Okay. Insert FTC disclaimer across the bottom here. Use common sense. This is not financial advice. Past results are not indicative of future results. Results may vary. Use common sense and the thing between your ears. Okay, got to say that. The broker I prefer myself is tastytrade, and it's available in most countries. To me, it's one of the, and I'm just gonna do this. Tastytrade countries. It's not available in all countries. Tastytrade accepts pretty much from, where is it? Supported countries. That's what I wanted to. So if you're in Afghanistan, I'll bet pretty much the usual suspects, if you pardon the pun. But if you're in countries where there is if you're in North Korea, you're probably not watching this. But yeah, there's a few countries that are not accepted, and they're, I hate to say, the usual suspects, okay, for a lot. But they are pretty much available in pretty much all standard active countries. If this one is not available, you also have interactive brokers, okay? And they are also very accepting of pretty much the majority of countries, except for a few usual suspects. Now, the reason we use these 2 is we're going to be using a thing called options trading, okay? Now, options trading, we'll get into that in more detail in the masterclass beyond what we're doing here. However, if you cannot find an options broker, and again, we'll go into this in more detail tomorrow, then you can also use straight stock. Okay, there's a way to do this with straight stock. It's just not as profitable. Okay, so if you are in one of the countries that you cannot, there is a solution. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, a couple of hoops, but there are some options. We'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? Because it's beyond what we want to do here right now. Okay, yeah, someone's asking about Schwab. Yeah, Charles Schwab used to be Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade. They got bought out. Yeah, you can use that. In fact, if you have a Charles Schwab account, which I do, I don't actually like Charles Schwab, to be honest, but Thinkorswim is a great platform. You can use that. TradeStation actually has their own brokerage as well. It's not as elegant as some, but yeah, there's lots of options. No pun intended. So yes, you're all good. Now, someone's asking about virtual demo accounts and virtual accounts. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I have built a paper trading system for you, which is a virtual trading system. There is also, you know what? Here's the thing. I recorded the other day a paper trading 101 video on how to paper trade in depth. I'm going to give that to you for free. I'll post it in the Facebook group. I built a tool to paper trade, which I will give you as well. Now, we were going to discuss this and talk about paper trading in context of the class, but I recorded an entire video about this and a masterclass on this. I'm going to give that to you when it's time. Want to lay the foundation first, then I'll give you this paper trading 101 masterclass, which shows you a platform version plus a version I built for you. Okay. Can this okay, I'm going to be very clear on this because someone says, can this strategy be used for Forex? No. This is only trading a very small handful of indices. Okay. This is the US stock market, primarily the S&P 500, SPX. Okay. Now, we can also use this with NDX, which is NASDAQ, but we're looking for a very specific thing with high liquidity, just for the traders out there. This for all the new people, we'll get into what these terms mean, but I'm just back of the envelope. SPX, XSP, NDX, QQQ, and IWM. Those are 5 that we can do. We focus on SPX and XSP, which is the micro versions. The reason for this is we're going to be using a thing called zero-day options. Now, we'll get into all this shit tomorrow and day after, okay, as we go through the masterclass. But back of the envelope version, and this allows us to do it. Now, by the way, we've got hundreds of people in here right now, and someone saying, did you see my question above regarding emails? I'm going through training. I can't keep up with everyone, okay? So if I miss it, SPY, yes and no. We want to use SPX for a reason. So this is for Jesus. SPY, SPX closes to cash. There's a very specific reason for this, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. Okay. So if you don't get your specific question answered here, okay, first of all, like I said, this is a meet and greet. You're going to ask a lot of questions that are covered. I would say hold back your questions unless it's a immediate thing for accessing the program or something like that, or an upgrade. That you can send us support@tradecanyon.com email, what have you. If it's about the program, the content, the training, hold those questions. Guess what? We're going to cover that in the masterclass. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, cool. Now, like I said, this strategy is all about simplicity. It's about minimizing risks, maximizing profits, and doing one thing in 10 minutes a day. Okay, now during this masterclass, like I said, we're doing this during market hours. We may actually have a couple of live setups. If we do, great. I expect we will, because it happens most trading days. And we'll go through some live examples. Okay, the main thing is learn the foundation, apply it, practice it, perfect it. Okay, and it's very quick to do. When you do this, there's only 2 results. 1, make money. 2, you learn a new skill. Okay, and the whole point of this is to streamline this into a habit. you know. It's the easiest thing I've ever seen and ever created. And to me, I want to teach as many people as possible about this. When you see how simple it is, you'll be like, this is crazy that it should be this simple. I mean, everyone perceives trading and the trading world as difficult, and this because honestly, it's a narrative put out by Wall Street and a lot of people who don't know what they're fucking doing, to be honest, overcomplicate stuff. Now, I've been one that my superpower really is about simplicity, systemizing things and streamlining them. And this is by far, this is just one technique, one strategy that we're going to cover in this masterclass. We actually have about 6, all around the same concept. We'll talk about that later on. But you just master this one, it's going to set you up for the rest of your life. And that's why I want to focus on this during this week. And then we can layer on that foundation to make even more. I mean, like, my lead coach was just telling me, what was it, Thursday? Did $15,000 with 3 different things he did in just minutes in a day. And I was like, okay, fair play to you. I was sleeping at the time because, again, I'm 12 hours ahead of the market. I do this overnight. I'll get set up in the evening, bum, 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 press a button, go to sleep, wake up, cash in my pocket. Great. Nice way to wake up. Breakfast, croissants, coffee, and cash. That's a good morning's breakfast. So, okay. Oh, this is a good question. Good question. What about pattern day trader rules? Now, this is an aspect. Okay, so there is a thing in traditional trading where if you place multiple day trades and they're day trades that close on the same day, you can get triggered with what's called pattern day trader rules, which means you have to have $25,000 to start and yada, 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 balance, yada. We don't hit that. We're actually doing something that avoids that altogether. And it's, again, just because of what we do. So there's some very, very cool shit involved with this. But yeah, pattern day trader rules do not apply to us, as you will see. So someone saying, please keep your volume consistent. I'm speaking at the same volume. You might, unless Zoom is doing something, I'm speaking at the same volume. I'm not changing my microphone, okay? For people asking very specific strategy questions, we're not doing that today. That's tomorrow. Okay, and onwards. We will cover all that, including, someone's asking about taxes. Again, I'll cover a couple of options in regards to that. I am not a financial advisor. I cannot give specific tax advice. Does Inner Circle include red carpet? No, they are different things. Okay, they are not they are sequential upgrades with different packages. Okay, will the videos always be available in the Facebook group? No, they will not. The replays will only be available for 24 to 48 hours, which means keep up. You have 24 to 48 hours to catch up, and then I will delete the replays. If you want extended access to the replays, that's what the red carpet and Inner Circle is for. But the reason we do that is to make sure people pay a bloody attention as we go through this. Okay, can I get the Facebook link? Did that earlier on, but again, look, I'm going to go to the start here. I'm just going to give you this link again. This has all the information you need to get started, including the Facebook group. What? Okay, let me shut that dude up because he's annoying. All right, so what if you don't use Facebook? Then get Facebook for a week and delete your account if you need to. It's going to help you be in the community, in the group, okay? Because everything's there and what have you, okay? So even if you create an account for a week, then delete it, fine. What if you cannot access the Facebook group? Should be no reason at all. You just go in, log in, sign up, put in your information, and you'll either be accepted or not. And usually if you're not accepted, it's only because you didn't put in your information, and you can reapply. Okay? All right. Now, someone's saying, do we need to sign up for Tasty Trade now? You don't need to, but 1 second. We just get this. If you want to, there's a link. That is an affiliate link, and I don't get paid for probably a year on anything you do. So hey, you know, they give me a little bonus if you do sign up through that link, and that's a very nice thing to do because honestly, I don't make any money from this masterclass at all. Between you and me and the Gatepost, all the affiliates who invited you here and everything else, I give them all. So yeah, I don't make anything from this. So if you go to that link, yeah, that's a nice little thing for me, but not essential. You can go sign up without it. I don't care. All right. Can I use my partner's Facebook account? Absolutely, if you want to. However, but like I said, I don't have one for Interactive Brokers. You can go sign up for that. Again, if you can't use Tasty Trade in Canada, which I'm very surprised about, to be honest, you can use Interactive Brokers. All the training we will be doing, by the way, will be on Tasty Trade. The same shit applies to any plan. We'll be using what's called an options chain. That's available pretty much on every options trading platform. So the trading and everything else is pretty much identical. You'll just have to adapt. I don't use Interactive Brokers. I have an account. I've never cracked it open. I will not be doing any of the trading on that. We're just going to keep it simple. Due to time zone, can we place the trades at the same time as you do? Yeah, you should be, because we're going to see the same. This is the beautiful thing with this, by the way. If you do what I do, you'll get the results I get. Okay, which means we see the same information, we have the same rules, we place trades at the same time-ish, we're going to get the same results. That's it. So again, I'm 12 hours ahead. You know, it's late evening for me. For most people, it's in, you know, US or what have you. Yeah, great. And like I said, we got all sorts of other things we're talking about. How long before we get access to the inner circle after requesting? However long it takes us to go through, verify, which Linda Lou will do. She's here right now helping me with this. After this, I'm sure she'll be going through and looking and verifying everyone to get access. Okay. Will the replay links be sent by email or in the Facebook page? They will be in the Facebook group. I'm going to show you this as well, by the way. I should do this. Let me share the screen one more time. Okay, if you look in the featured section, there is a post. This post is also linked in the Start Here link I gave you. And there will be a Google Doc, actually. You go to this link. The resources will be posted here, okay? And the transcripts and cliff notes, okay? But I've also created a Google Doc. I will give you this link. This link is also on the Start Here page, but this is a Google Doc, and we'll update this Google Doc with the replays as they go live. And if you see expired next to them for the replays, that's because you were too bloody late. Okay. Cool, groovy, and like I said, I'll give you a link to this one as well. All right. Anyway, so last thing, and again, I've kind of got an idea. We've got a lot of new people, a lot of experienced traders. That's great. But I want to ask a couple further questions about how to tailor this to you, and then we're going to wrap up here. So, firstly, or secondly, what's been your biggest challenge in your success? Just put it down to one word. Is it, for example, time, money, strategy, frustration, patience, yada, yada, whatever? Use 2 or 3 words if you want to, but give me an idea of where you're. Tech, no blueprint, money, all of the above. Newbie, distraction, time, strategy, not managing risk, that's valid. Information overload, valid as well. Self-doubt, strong one. All of the above. Okay, no idea where to start. Emotion in trading, valid. By the way, just to tackle that one real quick, because that is a big one. With what we're doing, we're going to eliminate a lot of the need for emotion. We're going to talk about finding your number, a few different things, comfort zones, starting small, practicing paper trading. Okay. No pension, 67. Okay, you know what? We got to come at this from a mindset of what will we do when it works? And how do we get there? This, I could get on a soapbox about this, but when you have very little money, everything seems like a lifeline. Okay. Now, a lot of people prey on that. I'm going to be honest. It makes me fucking sick. One of the reasons I do what I do is because I came from nothing. And I got here the hard way. I come from a tiny island off the north tip of Scotland, the Orkney Islands. Tiny little island called Sandy Island. Okay. It's only 2 miles by 15 miles, had a population of 500, probably less than that now. That was 20 years ago. It was 500. And most of the population's over 60. There's not a lot of money. It's poor. I come from that and nothing. Getting here was, it's not a journey I would recommend for anyone else. Okay. But being able to give you this, the benefit of 25 plus years doing this now and outlining this, and this, what we're doing now, I couldn't do 25 years ago. This has only been in the last like year or two that this has been available and possible. And the tech that we have now and the stuff that we have now wasn't available even then. So right now is, I'd say, the perfect fucking time to learn this. And the fact that I can, and I know how many lives this is going to affect and change, is the best legacy I could ever create. Okay. So wherever you are right now, the main thing is, don't think the money is fucking fantastic, great, and it's groovy and makes a lot of things easy. The main thing I want for this week is to learn the skill. The skill, the process, the aptitude, and then the rest of it will come. The money comes from the process. The money comes from the constant application of the strategy, the consistency, the persistency, and everything else. Learn that. Then figure out, okay, I've got this down. Now, how do I start with the money? Okay. Even if you just learn the skill, the strategy, and everything else this week, that's the only thing you do. And we recommend you practice. Don't even risk a dime for 30 days. Just to prove that you can do it on paper with virtual. Okay. This is a very, very important mindset thing. When you do that, guess what? You'll find the money. You'll find the process to get started. And when you do, start fucking small. Okay. Because when you switch from paper trading to real money, there's a mindset switch. You're like, oh shit, the shit's real now. Okay. I'm trading with real money. And there's a little fucking voice. There's a little fear of loss and money. Here's the thing. This is the least risky business you can start. And people have this, oh, trading is like gambling. It's not, it's a business. And you bring a business like mindset to everything we do here. And when you do that, again, it's a process. Just like an affiliate marketing is a process. E-commerce is a process. To me, those are much more risky than trading. The reason being is you got to spend all the time, the money, the resources. You got to learn how to get traffic, give Zuckerberg a chunk of money to drive traffic, or YouTube or TikTok or whatever the latest platform is. You've got to go try and build an email list and open, buy all the tools and resources to do that, learn copywriting, and hopefully that's a lot more risk and a lot more time. This is 3 days learning a process you can apply in 10 minutes a day, and it's click, 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 done. Was I successful? Was I not? I'm predominantly successful at making money. That's it. And when we start, so we're going to practice for 30 days. That's my recommendation. From there, start trading small. And I'll show you how to do that in this masterclass. Okay. Very small. Then from there, scale up over time until you get to a comfort number. We'll talk about that as well, which is where you can place a trade, walk away, and not stress about it. Now, that comes from time, experience, and faith that you've got this skill down and you're predominantly successful. But that comes with time. So we're going to start small. We're going to scale over time. You're not going to place $10,000, $50,000 trades like I do. Okay, you're not going to do that. You're going to start small and scale up. Could be $20, $30, boom, getting to like 250, 500,000 and what have you, wherever you're comfortable. But that comes from where you are right now and then over time. And that is the critical thing. Okay, so what is the minimal investment size for trading? Again, just kind of outline that. Start with paper trading. Okay, and we're going to start with a virtual $100,000. Okay, just for math. But when you get started, $20, $30, again, that's it. So we'll go over that in more detail in the masterclass. It's beyond what we want to do here, but I just want to tell you, this journey is going to be fucking fantastic. Okay, it's going to blow your freaking mind, but it's a journey. That journey starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. and we're going to take the first few days to get you started on this journey. Okay, and when we do that, we're going to open up a whole new fucking world for you. And when you see that journey and what lays ahead, it's going to be very exciting. All right. With that being said, I think we're going to put a pin the tail on the donkey here, wrap this up, and get rocking and rolling. I'm very excited for this journey to teach you this. We start at 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday, okay? Which is later on this evening for me because it's already Monday. So I have to do math. Okay, this is complicated, but I'm very, very excited to see how you do with this. I'm excited to peel back the curtains on this, show you what we do, and get started on this journey. So thank you for your time and attention. Someone asked, am I going to post this? Yeah, I'll post this in the Facebook group when it's burned. I should have been streaming it to Facebook, but I didn't. I forgot to press the button. So we'll put a replay up. But again, thank you for your time and attention. I'll also do a summary of this. I'll throw this into like AI and do a quick summary of this call and everything else, and I'll post that along with this as well. So with that being said, take care, rock on, and yeah, we'll make some magic together. All right, cheers.